Yes, welcome to this Sovelia Inventor basic training. We will start with a predefined model, which you can find in the training material that you have. And we will use Sovelia Inventor to define it and show functionality and workflows during this session. But let's start by having a look at the property editor. The property editor is the base of Sovelia Inventor. And we can start it from the ribbon menu from here, or you can just do like I like to do. I can set Control Q, or you can, in the configuration, set up any combination of letters to pop it. So it can also be docked, as you see, just like any other Inventor dialog box. And so this is just a matter of preferences, how we like to have it. So if I have a look inside here now, and there are check-in, check-out from Vault, we can select component priority, part priority, and we can refresh the properties from our file. We can also use the setup here. This is where we can set up different configurations and add or remove properties and so on. This is not something that we will dig into in this session. It's quite well described in the help manual and in the web help. But you see, we can have our aliases here and so on to the properties. And we can have headings and so on that we can move up and down. So we can configure this window directly from here. We can set properties read-only, like you see item number is read-only, it's read from the model, come from someone else. And then we can set rules for the text, that the text need to contain at least 3 characters, for instance. And we can have other rules too, like in the title is set up that we will have only capital letters at a certain length. So whatever you type, it will be capital letters. We can have drop downs here, and we can add properties, and you see it will remember the last properties that you have typed. Per default is 10 lines, but you can set it up as many as you want. And we can use expressions here and build, you see, like we can select expressions to build our own expression in here, so on. And categorize it. I use categorizing, for instance, if a part is a laser cut. When I want to release it, I can ask Sovelia Vault to, if a part is categorized as laser cut, well, then I will create a DXF a laser cut file for it. If it's a machining, well, I want to create a step file for it. So it can be used all the way up to also into ERP. Sometimes they really need to know, the production manager need to know, or the production planner need to know what kind of preparations should be done on a component. Sometimes we do it. And of course we can have drop-down list where you can add text yourself or select from predefined texts. And we can just tag yes, no, on, off Boolean properties. We can add instance properties and things like that. And we can have several configurations here. For instance, if you want to categorize, we can have an Excel sheet, which normally is exported as CSV file, which is exported from the ERP system, where, well, if I select one component, the next in the list will be one of the possibilities inside these type of components. For instance, a bearing. Well, what type of bearing? A ball bearing, and yeah, that's it. So that's how it's categorized. So that's a possibility we also have. And we calculate weight and all this stuff. What we also do here is, if I select this component here, you see this is now checked in, so I can't do anything with it, but I can just do a Vault checkout, and it will be checked out, and you see now I can read can write to the file. And you know, these material categories, it's something that exists in the Autodesk material library. So if I select steel here, for instance, I will have my steel categories, right? And stainless steel, I will have my stainless steel materials in here. So that's a possibility we don't have in Inventor, but here we have the possibility to do it. So that's also, no, we don't need to change anything right now. So we checked out that. So another thing is, let's just do a general checkout on this. Just update properties for everything. Like this, take everything out from Vault. So what else? What we can do now? We will start to look at the model to see how it is. So I just start on the top here and I look at this. This looks like some kind of profile here, and the update code that we set measures the components. So you see here I have a lot of possibilities here for plates and so on, and different profiles and whatever profile types and so on. So if I select this profile here, I will see I want to put longest length on it and just say apply, and you see it measures the length and also give me the description of it. And this is set up by stock number and the length we measure. So that is a two thing, the stock number and length, because this is a profile that don't have any information on it. So this is the stock number decides what it is. And then we have put this information on this profile, and we just have to select a material. But okay, but let's say that that's good, we have done that. But let's see that all of this stuff here will have the same material, right? So all of this will be steel, and we just use this SS400, which is really an Asia kind of steel. And then I just set this steel on for everything. So now all the components I have in this here has set this steel SS400, you see. So I can do that. I can multi-select everything. So I don't need to do anything. This is pretty well defined now. Let's see, I want to continue checking it, and I have a lot of components here. Okay, so that's why I use this visibility off. What happens when I press visibility off is that it will turn off the component I have done the last time here. So when I click this, I turn it off, and you know, it creates a view representation which is set to property editor. So this will create a view representation that don't interfere with your existing view representation. And that's a good thing because you don't mess it up. And of course, we all are Inventor guys, so we know that this will be written into the parts list. Okay, I see I forget to put a title in here, and as we have mentioned earlier that, well, I can do this in several ways. I can go here and say I forget to put title on it. Well, I can do it from the drawing. I can select it here, and I can say, well, this is a profile. Just do it simple. It's belong to this project or this group of projects, and it's for the SI steel structure, like that. And you see I cannot type anymore because I've set limits on it, but we can keep it like that. Apply. So we are able to fix this from inside here, and I write profile. Okay, let's show you another way. Let's use the parts list editor then, and profile, and just double click it, and you see I can go here and I can say, well, it should be profile. Apply. Okay, done. So you see we have access several places to do this. So right now, as this model is built, it's quite messy. So I figure out I want to just continue to find the other components here. And if I open my property editor again, and I select this one here. Okay, this looks like a profile, right? You see here? And are there more? I think those two maybe has to be the same, right? But let's just turn on highlights here, and then when I select one component, it says two found in the active assembly. So it finds two of them in the active assembly here. And no problem. Update code. Well, I would say that this is a profile type. So if I go into profile types and I select IPE profile for this, and I select apply, you see it will automatically set the stock number and say this is an IPE like it is. And the title here, well, it's still a profile, right? And it's still symmetry, and it's still for the SI steel. Apply. So both of those now has getting the same information. So let's just turn them on, off. And you see, as I said, so I have this highlight button selected here, it will turn off both of them. You will see, because of Camtasia, I can't see that both are highlighted, but when you are doing it in your Inventor, you will see that both get highlighted automatically. But when I create the video, they don't do it, so that's probably some Camtasia things. Okay, we have one more profile here, I think. See, this one here is a profile too. And I think it's an IPE too. So we just select this profile type, this an IPE profile. And we can just do the same magic here. This depends on how the company who we are working with, how they are defining these things. Okay, and now it seems like the rest of this is only plates. Huh? Am I wrong? It seems like the rest of this is only plates somehow. There is no profiles, just pieces of plates that are welding together. And well, then I just do like this, and I said, well, I have selected all those plates here now. And description varies, of course, it will. But the update code here, well, these are plates. And I can either write just PL here or plate or whatever, or I can select it from here, plates. And it will be set like a plate. The title, well, I wanted to just say plate. And I want this to be symmetry, and I just said this is for the SI steel and whatever. So the category here, I will say that, well, maybe this should be laser cut, all of it, or maybe someone should be water cut or whatever, but I say just say laser cut on this, and I just say apply. And then these properties are set on all those plates I have here, like this. So now everything is defined, ready. If I have a look now inside this drawing list, see everything now is fully identified, set up with those whatever properties we are supposed to have. It's quite easy and it's quite secure. So let's go back to the original, the default, where we started. You see everything is correct here. And we have created those plates and we have defined them and done our job. And inside these drawing, the parts list is correct.